Welcome to the product lifecycle management for 8th semester mechanical engineering students. The subject code is 17ME835. In that module number 5, that is related to product building and structures. In the first session, we will go for product building and structures. The main outline of this chapter includes introduction to virtual product development, virtual product development tools, building virtual product models, analyzing virtual product models, then production planning, product data technology, and then product structures, variant management, and then product configuration, material master data, product description data, data models, and then life cycles of individual items, finally status of the items. First we'll go for introduction to virtual product development. Here the companies involved in product development primarily focus on reducing the main manufacturing costs, along with you have to increase the productivity, and then quality you have to improve, and then faster delivery time to market. This is the main aim of any company. However, the changing customer needs, design alternatives, and then you have to introduce some new technologies and materials, and then market trends and business competition have increased the complexity of the development of rising new products. Traditionally, creating new ideas and their selection, design alternatives and their selection, building physical prototypes and testings manually, and finally launching products to market involves extensive decision making that affects the speed of product development, cost and quality of the product, etc. An approach to reduce the complexity and enhance the product development is the transition from traditional to virtual product development. In virtual product development refers to the working and analyzing techniques, processes and methods for product developments in a virtual environment which is created using advanced computer technology. A virtual product is completely a digital product representation created in computer based environments. It consists of a 2D or 3D, two dimensional or three dimensional geometric model, along with all the supporting information required to actually manufacture the product. This may include some non-visual characteristics such as speed, weight, and cost, etc. The benefit of virtual reality have attracted even a small to medium enterprises or companies involved in developing the products. And then now today, the digital techniques and then processes and methods have become an essential part of the entire production technology network, from product planning through to product maintenance and servicing. And then while adopting this virtual product development, and then these are the main benefits of this virtual product development. And then go one by one here. Following are the few benefits involved with virtual product development. Helps in evaluating alternate design concepts, perform multiple product tests, and prepare manufacturing tools and processes without having to build, test, and subsequently destroy expensive physical prototypes. That is the first benefit. Next is allows many tasks to be performed earlier in the product development cycle. For example, we'll take the designer can take important decisions at early stages based on test results, and then giving control over time and cost. Initial stage is very important, and final very afterwards time is also waste, and then cost also waste, because the designer can take important decisions on the early stage is very important. Next is gives an insight needed to develop and optimize products based on customer needs and wants. Helps to identify the address potential safety issues before manufacturing begins. And then assists greatly in the innovation processes by accurately predicting product performance in virtual testing environments, ultimately minimizing product time to market, design failures, and product development costs. And then by using this virtual product development, it will save time and cost involved in the product development. And then enhances speed of product development, which in turn helps in product faster product delivery to market, providing a competitive edge in the market. And then enables collaborative capability through virtual teams, a group of people and sub teams who interact through interdependent tasks guided by common purpose and work across links, strengthened by information communication and transport technologies. These are the main benefits of this virtual product development. Next, we'll go for virtual product development tools. There is also nothing but tools or models. In this a virtual product development includes all IT, that is information technology supported virtually product model based processes for the generation of new products. The technology enables the three-dimensional presentation of the product, tool, or it may be a processes in the real time. In the real conditions and interaction with the user, the two common tools or models from the syllabus point of view are discussed in the following. In this two common tools are 3D CAD systems and then digital markup. These are the two main tools you can used in virtual product development tools. We will discuss one by one. First we will take 3D CAD systems, and then in 3D CAD systems, here the term 3D stands for three-dimensional computer aided design and covers a wide variety of design tools used by several industry professionals. professionals. The 3D CAD system is used to create a three-dimensional geometrical product representation within a virtual environment, allowing people to explore and share ideas, visualize the concepts, and simulate how designs will perform before they are made. That is the basic idea of this 3D CAD systems. And then to increase in the processing power of computers and graphic display capabilities, we have made the creation of 3D images of parts and assemblies that are realistic and be viewed and rotated in any angle or direction for analysis and review. The 3D images, also called 3D models, can be saved in different formats like IGES or STEP, etc. For exchange between different software to help in developing programs for manufacturing using advanced machining systems, or it may be for any other purposes. A few of today's leading 3D CAD systems include SolidWorks and then Solid Edge, Unigraphics, NX, and then CATIA. These are the different CAD systems, 3D CAD systems. Okay, and then uh, with 3D systems, the designer can create assemblies of parts to visualize how they fit together and test the motion and interaction of moving parts within the assembly. Test and analyze how they will react to forces applied to them. Test how fluids will flow through them. Evaluate how they will be manufactured using simulations, and render near perfect images to see how products will look in real life. The virtual reality object will have similar properties as an actual physical object, like type of the metal, weight, size, optical properties, physical properties, etc., allowing the designer to visualize the behavior of the object in the real world even before it is built. In general, a 3D CAD systems form the core element of digital product development. And then by using this um, 3D CAD systems, and then it's having some benefits. By using this, they create conceptual design, product layout, strength, and dynamic analysis of the parts and assemblies and the manufacturing process by transforming detailed diagrams of a product's materials, processes, tolerances, and dimensions with specific conventions for the product. We'll get all the details. Next, concepts and design ideas quickly be mocked up to provide options and inform decision making in product development. Perform swift alterations to 3D models whenever desired, automatically updating 2D drawings or modified models. And then CAD systems offer a more robust set of tools and methods to modify designs. And then engineering and manufacturing process are enabled simultaneously from shared 3D CAD data. And then increased design quality and accuracy and then rapid generation of bill of materials and data outsourced to production planning, and then 3D CAD models can be used to produce prototypes from stereolithography and other rapid prototyping techniques. 3D CAD enables a shift from the traditional paper based design and manufacturing system to electronic paperless one, thereby saving time, energy, and money. The result is a high quality, low cost products with faster delivery time to market, which in turn is a huge advantage in the competitive global market. And then the 3D CAD system helps to document all aspects of a design. The measurements, dimensions, tolerances, and other features of a product are all conveniently recorded and saved for future use. Components and subassemblies are also saved and can be used for future design if need be. The design integrity is thereby maintained as the same data can be reused regardless of how often or it may be where it is being utilized. Mm. Next in virtual product development tools, mm, that is 3D CAD systems we'll discuss. Next we'll go for digital markup. Uh, 3D CAD systems I already discussed. Next another tool is digital markup. Here digital markup is a complete virtual product development, virtual product environment for the whole process of three-dimensional development and maintenance of a product, including configuration and change management. Here, DMU contain information about the product geometry. For example, we'll take volume or a surface models and the product structures, etc. DMU processes are used for packaging studies, clash detection, mounting and assembling simulations and other 3D CAD based analysis steps. In automotive development, for example, digital markup investigations cover the creation of assemblies that include components and devices, and then analysis and simulation, example, assembly procedures, movements, space investigations, collision checks, and then mounting and installation simulation. And then digital markups are often linked with simulation procedures such as kinematical simulation processes for the optimization of movable functionalities like door opening mechanisms, wheel suspensions, movable components in engines, etc. Converted or simplified 3D CAD data from virtual product models uh, form the basis for this digital markup processes, and then the data transfer can be accomplished using native CAD data, or it may be using neutral data formats like STEP, IGES, etc. All design work has to be done within the digital markup environment, and in any investigations or work done in a separate environment disappear sooner or it may later and are not usable for others. The designer must fully embrace this new technology, entering the digital markup environment first thing in the morning, thus carried out all design tasks in it throughout the entire day. The environment created by digital markup thus follows engineers to design and configure complex products and validate their designs without the need to build a physical model or prototype. The digital markup is frequently referred to as digital prototyping or virtual prototyping. The digital markup working processes is implemented very early in the project phase. Very early in the project phase, primarily creating a rough structure of the product. This is followed by defining the main components and relating them to each other. Step by step, the first 3D CAD models are attached to the product structure, resulting in growth of the digital markup. The release status of parts and models must be clearly visible for all digital markup users. This information is essential for all departments that work with the provided geometry to evaluate all possible and probability of changes. With the introduction of this a new working environment, the working processes of all concerned departments changes basically. The concept of digital markup originated in the late 1980s, shortly after the adoption of 3D CAD systems. It was typically provided as an add-on application to CAD systems. That is, digital markup applications are provided as standalone applications that are not integrated with CAD authoring tools or with the overall PLM solution. The product data management, that is nothing but PDM, or computer aided manufacturing applications. And then while using this digital markup, and then it is having also some benefits that include digital markup provides ultra high performance 3D viewing and analysis for product designs by providing simultaneous loading and analysis of data from different CAD systems. Apart from reducing the number of physical prototype, digital markup also provides the mechanism for sharing product information and allowing design reviews to be quickly and easily conducted among multiple team members and across multiple companies and geographies, thereby enhancing collaboration within the organization. And then by using this digital markup also encourages more design alternatives, leading to increased product innovation. Next we'll go for building virtual product models. Here a model is a simplified representation of a system, process or theory intended to enhance our ability to understand, predict and possibly control the behavior of the system. Examples of model include a 3D image on a computer screen or a prototype, or it may be an equation describing a motion of a body or particle, etc. In this building virtual product models, the virtual product development processes are based on product data models which are able to represent the specific product characteristics. Uh, The 3D geometric modeling using CAD software allows engineers and designers to build a realistic 3D computer models of parts and assemblies of products. Geometric modeling is the mathematical representation of an object's geometry, is nothing but shape, using software technology. The designer constructs a geometrical model based on the product's specific features, which include technical functionalities or product related details such as draft angles or fillets, etc. The geometry is built up through the combination of single components or parts into an assembling structure. During the process of geometric modeling, the computer converts various commands given from within the CAD software into a mathematical models, stores them as files, and finally display them as an image. The geometric models created by the designer can open at any time for reviewing, editing, or analysis. Solid modeling is one of the most advanced methods of geometric modeling in 3 dimensions. Solid modeling creates solid 3D models as if they are actual parts with a logical workflow which is similar to the processes which would be used to manufacture the part or component. Solid models can intersect, join, and subtract objects from one another to create the desired part or component. Solid Edge or SolidWorks, Unigraphics, CATIA, etc. are the examples of three solid modeling or a few solid modeling softwares used in today's industry. And then the various techniques involved in solid modeling for building 3D models are discussed below. And then feature based modeling, and then in parabolic modeling. In this again it is constructed and divided into two types: constructive solid modeling and then boundary representation, that is C-rep and B-rep, and then feature based parametric design. These are the main three categories we will discuss in detail in these 3D models. And then feature based parametric and then feature based parametric design. First we will take feature based modeling. Here feature based modeling, a product model can be built by using design features. A product model can be built by using design features. The approach known as design by features or feature based modeling. The technique refers to the construction of geometries of a product as a combination of form features from a standard library. In this approach, the designer specifies features in engineering terms such as walls, slats, or bosses from the features menu rather than geometric terms such as circles or boxes, etc. For example, we will take this is a sketch. Okay, in this sketch, will, for example, as shown in figure A, in this the designer selects the face in which the through a wall feature uh, is to be located along with the location by inputting coordinates or through a mouse. A software understands that it must pass through the part no matter how the part changes. The software program locates the entire feature in the desired position and subtracts the part model. That is that subtract the model uh, part model, that is nothing but a cube as shown in here figure B, and then each feature is individually recognized by the software by means of interactive feature definition, feature recognition, or it may be other approaches. And then design with predefined form features can reduce the number of input commands substantially. This is especially advantageous in redesign. The parametric representation of features provides a powerful way to change features with respect to their dimensions. Next we'll go for parametric modeling. Here parametric modeling involves building up a 3D geometry piece by piece. Here 2D sketches involving lines and curves uh, turn into 3D features with constraints and relation duly applied to fit the designer's intent. In a 3D CAD systems, it is common to create parametric models, which means that all or some dimensions of the model depend on the particular dimension of the mode. For example, when designing a pipe, the thickness and length can be dependent on the pipe diameter. When the diameter is changed, the thickness and the length changes with an amount that conserves the same proportions. The model is, in other words, scaled. The designer thus need to alter only one parameter. The other two parameters will get adjusted automatically. Hence, parametric models focus on the step in creating a shape and parameterize them. This benefits product design engineering services provides a lot. SolidWorks, CATIA, Siemens, and then Creo Parametric, etc. are some of the parametric modeling softwares. And then in parametric models are built from a set of mathematical equations. There are two popular parametric representations or models. It may be constructive solid geometry and then boundary representation. In parametric modeling, there are two main representations. First one is constructive solid geometry, another one is boundary representation. First we'll take constructive solid geometry. In constructive solid geometry, here defines and builds a model in terms of combining basic and generated solid shapes. It uses Boolean operations to construct a model, and then constructive solid geometry is a combination of 3D solid primitives. For example, a technique combines basic solid objects like a rectangular prism, cylinder, cone, sphere, etc. that are in manipulated or simply added or deleted in order to form a final solid shape by means of a Boolean algebra. I'll shown in this sketch. See, this is the sketch number 1A represents constructive solid geometry. In this, by using builds a model in terms of combining basic, that is primitive, and generated, that is extruded or sweeping operation in solid shapes, and then it uses some Boolean operations to construct a model. In CSG, that is constructive solid geometry, is a combination of 3D solid primitives. For example, we will take here, see, this is rectangular, sphere, and then these are two combination of these two, and then you have to produce the final one. Here the techniques combines basic solid objects like rectangular prism, cylinder, cone, sphere, etc. that are then manipulated or simply added or deleted in order to form a final solid shape by means of Boolean operations. It is as shown in sketch A. And then he'll go for boundary representation, second one. In this here, in boundary representation, the surfaces are combined to develop a solid model, as shown in figure B, and then the solid is thus a union faces, that is nothing but surfaces bounded by edges or curves, which in turn are bounded by vertices, it is nothing but points. And then boundary representation defines the points, edges, surfaces of a volume, or under issues commands that sweep or rotate a defined face into a third dimension to form a solid. The object is then made up of a union of these surfaces that completely and precisely enclose a volume. That is nothing but boundary represents or B rep. Next is feature based parametric design. That is the last one in this one. Building virtual products, and already discussed feature based, two types. Okay. Feature based discussed, and then parametric modeling in this constructive solid, and then boundary representation discussed, and then final one is feature based parametric design. Here feature based parametric design is an approach to CAD that integrates the advantages of design by feature and parametric. What are the drawbacks in those two? This is the integration of those two you can use in feature based parametric design. The realization of feature based parametric design system requires an approximate representation scheme. Here a parametric feature representation is introduced that incorporates the application of data of feature based model with the generic data of parametric model. The parametric feature representation represents explicit features, feature relationships, form entities, as well as geometric and non-geometric parameters and constraints. For example, take the various features used in manufacturing can be modeled parametrically and collected in a feature library. Using these readily available features, part models can be modeled easier and faster. The designer need not have to use primitive geometric elements to model features, which is time consuming, During or after part modeling, the size of the features can be changed as and when desired. That is about feature based parametric design. Thank you for patience listening, and then thank you Dr. Pundrika ji, Principal, Government Engineering College, Ramnagara. He is the main LMS coordinator. And then I'll thank you, Dr. Girish, moderator of this subject. And then he's a professor and then Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government Engineering College, Ramnagar. Myself, Dr. Muniraju, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government Engineering College, Chamarajanagar. And then content developer Dr. Banjara Kotresh, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government Engineering College, Avari. And then one more professor, Chetan KS, Department of Mechanical Engineering, Government Engineering College, Chamarajanagar. Thank you.